Very good everybody, welcome to another video. I'm your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko and I will be your captain for today's flight. And today's flight we have a little plan. It will be a 1 hour and 25 minute flight or so. We're flying from we're doing South Africa. We're flying from the Tambo International Airport in Johannesburg to the King Shaka International Airport, which is basically the airport for Durban. So we're flying south from here. We are using the PMDG 737-700. We're using South African livery. And we will also be using real-world time and real-world weather. And let's also try to use GSX. Looks a really painful actually there. I cannot look at it. Yeah, so let's just hop on into the flight deck then. And let's do another short hop. Aligning the IRS. Let's request ground power. There we go, we're on ground power now. Turn on the local lights, anti-collision lights, and we can also arm the emergency exit lights and the panel lights here. The overhead can come up as well. So yeah, the aircraft is completely cold. So we're just going to start everything up here first, and then we will have a look at the flight plan, we'll load it in, and then we get going. And we should also check then the GSX. I'm not really sure if it works. Go for 21. Alright, so that's a few things there out of the way. Let's have a look at GSX now. Would be nice if it loads, and if it loads would be nice if it works. Not a lot happening here. I must say I forgot to do the custom scenery for Johannesburg Airport. I actually do have a custom scenery for it, but completely forgot. This really looks like an accident. That's really not good. Let's just look at the butt shot here of the aircraft then. Something like that. Okay, so where's our GSX, man? Waiting for Kuwatel scripting engine to start. Okay. So there, you know, GSX, it's cool, but doesn't always work. I must say I do not really update it very properly, maybe. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be doing anything, man. Let's see if I can go to my task tray. Perhaps I can nudge it from there. Oh, looks like it's not started there. Okay, so just bear with me 1 second. Let's just first start the service here and let's try again. I did some configuration, so you know, might probably just be a pilot error. There you go. GSX Pro is outdated. Look at it. Still late for your scheduled. Oh, really? Okay, man. Let's just edit the flight real quick here. And we update the departure time. Generate. And that will show them. That will show those babies, man. Look at that. Oh, reload sim. There you go. If we reposition aircraft, can we Okay, so let's just not try to break it. Okay, well, I have to try again, I'm sorry. Reposition here, current gate. It looks a little bit broken. That's actually nice. What's this going to do? Not going to reconnect? This will operate jet light. And then we do a request boarding. Boarding requested, okay. And there goes our accident again. Ouch. And we can request catering service.
Catering vehicles to boarding requested.
Or did I do deboarding? I'm so sorry. And let's also do just a request boarding.
Passengers to boarding starting.
Okay, so let's just imagine these people are deboarding and this is whatever. Alright, so let's just you know what? My customer is expecting to restart. Let's just restart it real quick. My bad. Let's do this again. Alright, so request boarding.
Boarding requested.
Now we can also request the catering services. Let's go with the air chefs. So there come all the boarding cars. Attach pushback tag, no.
Do you want to board crew?
Yes, I want to board
Pilots
everyone.
boarding starting.
Very good. So we can expect, I believe, well, they're probably just gonna go through the jetway here anyway. Alright, so let's just go inside then and set everything up. Yeah, okay.
Crew boarding starting.
That took a little bit. It's on my flight back, so we request the flight plan. So we're flying from Johannesburg to Durban. The current weather here at Johannesburg, 29 degrees. We have wind from 330 at 7 knots, with QNH of 1019. So maybe just start by setting the QNH. To 1019, okay. We have the flight plan, so let's just get in here. All appears to be okay. So reference airport is on the clear button. FAOR. It's over Tambo. And gate, I believe it was 57. It's not on database as such.
Your crew has boarded.
We'll just do this for now.
Passengers boarding starting.
Alright, passengers boarding starting as well. Now I believe with the latest update, can we not open the door on this one? I'm forgetting.
This way, please.
Oh, they look like it. But I think we can peek through maybe. There we go. You can see the people boarding. And I believe they actually stay in their seats as well.
May I see your boarding pass?
Like this guy here. He's still in his seat. Oh, excuse me, sir. Hi, man.
Hello.
Right, very good. Oh, yeah, excuse me, I'm your captain.
May I
Yeah.
see your boarding pass?
Good day, sir. And here. So we're just gonna go through the door here. There we go. Alright, let's set our asses down and get the show on the road. So we do flight plan request. We got FAOR to FALE. That is for us. We can set payload and set fuel. I do want to check. It says here pounds.
Hello.
We're going to change that. We do this here. We have PMDG setup and aircraft displays. You go back one page, I believe.
Welcome on board.
Metric for the imperial units. So now we have kilograms, 0.2 tons. Got everything set.
Hello.
Something did not work out. Let's try this again. Okay, so set payload, set fuel, and then we select route. Yeah, that's requesting. Then we will get a message here that the route is ready for uplinking, and we'll uplink it into the computer.
Hello.
Right, so we go load. It's now loading in.
This way, please.
And we activate and execute. When we're almost done with this, we just need to go to the departure and arrival page. So for this we check the OFP. We got cost index 18, flight level 190, 270 at 23. We got 6 tons of, where are there's the block fuel. 6.2. Final reverse reserves is 3.2.
This way, please.
We have the APDAK 1 Bravo for runway 03 left.
May I see your boarding pass?
03 left and the APDAK 1 Bravo and execute. Go back to index and go to arrival. And let's also check the weather. At our arrival airport, currently it is 170 at 7 knots.
May I see your boarding pass?
And we're getting runway 24, APMAT 1 Bravo. Pilot Zulu 224 and the APMAT 1
Welcome on
Bravo.
board.
Execute. And that is now all in. We can go to the inlet stage, 50 fuel weight right here. Land fuel was 6.2
Welcome on board.
and 3.2 for the final reserves. Cost index is 1.8.
Hello.
And then we had cruising 190. And I believe the wind was
Welcome on board.
30 at 3, no, something at 23. 270 at 23.
Welcome on board.
So we got the winds in as well. Execute and 1 limit.
Welcome
And
on
then
board.
we have the wonderful performance tool. I believe we are 03 left. I already forgot, man. 03 left.
May I see your boarding pass? Hello.
'So gives us a
Hello.
just TL 31 for the temperature. Should give us 95.5 and flap 1. Yeah, so we're basically Johannesburg is quite high. As you can see, we are sitting at 5,500 feet. Okay, so we have TO and 31 degrees.
Hello.
This gives us 96.1. A little bit more, and then it
May I
says
see your
that.
boarding pass?
Wow. Just the hour 31 then, sure, okay. We'll take off will be left 1.
Catering vehicles are on their way.
We can trim for setting of 5.41. We got speeds 132, 134, 138. Here it says 133, 34, 38. Oh, take 132, 134, 138. And the runway length is 144.
Hello.
Alright, so 138, we can put that in the box here.
This way.
Okay, like that.
Welcome on board.
So I guess we can turn on the APU. And let's also turn on the seatbelt sign.
Hello. Welcome on board.
So that looks pretty cool. Got a bunch of people sitting in here. That's nice.
Morning.
Good day, sir. Welcome aboard. Have a good flight. Okay. Yeah, so most of it is actually set up. I guess we can turn on the flight directives now.
Welcome on board.
National navigation, vertical navigation. I'm going to select 190. Okay. So So I think basically we're waiting for the boarding to be completed. You can see the catering vehicles are now doing their job, providing us with food and beverages. So once they're done, we should be good to go. So I guess by now I should probably request our
Good morning.
IFR clearance and whatever.
Good morning. Hello.
So this is pretty cool, you know. And then he sort of disappears into nothing. Maybe I should change my camera speed. Something a little bit slower. Oh, look at that. Uh-oh. I think we can't get out here anymore. Let's just push our way through. So has boarding completed now, or is it still going on?
Welcome on board.
Still boarding passengers? Okay.
Welcome on board.
Yeah, so let's just have those people board for a little longer. Let's maybe see what we can do with the pushback menu here. How does it say prepare for pushback and departure? Probably safer to wait until the doors are closed. I don't know what additional services might be. Dismiss PMDG ground power unit, request de-icing, request lavatory service and water service. That's pretty cool.
Hello.
So it's a little weird program, you know, and then there's no back button, and it's a little bit buggy, but overall it's okay. Yeah, so we're just going to have to wait until everybody is on the board. So what we can do, let's have a look at the routing, and most importantly, most interested is the departure, the arrival, so I would like to start there.
Welcome on board.
So arrival, and we have runway 24, ILS Zulu runway 24. Actually, let's go for this category 2 chart here.
This way, please.
Okay, so runway 24. That will be 109.7. Let's put that in, 109.7. and a course heading of 242. I'm actually going to put it in right now, although that's probably against procedure.
Hello.
I mean, you should probably usually put in the course for the current airport ILS in case you need to abandon your takeoff and return to the airport. So we set the course heading 242.
Good morning.
Let's see, King Shaka, and what is the 3,000 feet? This is where the glide slope will start. And I guess we could use minimums of 100.
Hello. This way, please. This way, please.
Minimums 100. Usually set this before descending, but since we're waiting for the passengers
Good morning.
to board, you know, let's just do something in the meantime.
Good morning.
Morning. And do we have any other waypoints here? No, not really. FF24,
May I see your
CF24.
boarding pass?
Okay, so let's then have a look. How do we close like this? So then let's also have a look at the arrival.
This way, please.
We have the APMAT. Which one did we have?
May I see your boarding pass?
APMAT 1 Bravo. That's this one, APMAT 1 Bravo. Let's look at that.
Welcome on board.
So the APMAT 1 Bravo arrival, RNAV arrival for runway 24. Airport elevation is at 304 feet.
Welcome on board.
Reaching APMAT, we should be at or above 6,500 feet. And we maintain 6,500 until LE2N2,
Hello.
6,100. Then we have another constraint of 4,000 at LE2T1. And then we go to the, so it looks like a straight in basically, which looks quite nice. I don't object to that at all. So basically, probably once we start descending, we will be descending to 6,500. Or not really, actually. We're just going to go to 3,000, but it's going to do it in a step descent anyway. Okay. So now for the departure. That's what we will be doing now. Airport.
Good morning.
And with 03 left. So that is this one. That's actually the one to our left here. You cannot see it right now. That's the runway right there. 03 left. So basically what we'll do, we'll push back nose to the left.
Welcome
And
on
we
board.
taxi out like this. And we just follow. I believe this is Alpha. Okay, that's easy enough. So we need to remember now, push back nose to the left. Am I saying this correctly? Yes, nose to the left. Okay,
Good morning.
now the actual standard consumer departure
This way, please.
was then the APDAK 1 Bravo. APDAK 1 Bravo. APDAK 1 Bravo, so let's also pin that for now. Let's have a look at what we're supposed to be doing.
Welcome on board.
Initial altitude 8,000 feet, which is basically around 3,000 feet above ground level. We will, looks like this, let's just double check, over Tambo.
Good morning.
APDAK 1 Bravo. And we can use this for our runway 03 left, so we will basically fly out 8,000 feet and then onto APDAK. It doesn't look very interesting. Just a couple of waypoints, navigational points. Alright, so we have everything. We're waiting on 4 more passengers. So then we should be good to go.
May I see your boarding pass?
So we're waiting for the final passenger then. Okay, so that's it. That's pretty cool. Hey sir, how are you doing? Yes. Sir. Ma'am. Ma'am. That's pretty cool. Okay, so listen up, you stinking maggots. This time we're going to drill you. When I say jump, you say how far down. Okay, so let's just stop with the dad jokes. And hop, we're in our seat. Right, so the APU is running. Now let's turn on the APU bleed. And the APU generates. And we can disconnect the ground power. We have the ground power through here, so I'm just going to do remove chokes and it should release everything. And I guess it should also close our doors, but I'm not totally certain about that, so we'll see that in a little bit. Well, maybe we have to operate the jetway through GSX.
You need to set parking brakes to request ground services.
Excuse me. Yes, me, it looks like the parking brake was not set, okay? Was it coming? So operate jetway. I think the door is not going to close itself. So door management, just close all. And then we should really be good to go, man. Let's get ready for push and start. So anything happening?
Hello, Captain.
Oh,
we are
sorry.
ready for pushback. Departure checks completed. Wi-Fi has been inserted.
Let's use the camera here for a sec. So this guy is took the pushback with us. So we got the tug here. Oops, let's get out of the way.
Locking gear.
Ouch, that must hurt, man. Alright, that was fun. Anything else that we're waiting on? Hello, people? Are you okay? It's nice to chill with you here. Certainly it's a beautiful day, man. Hopefully they're not waiting on us. Let's start the GSX again. Continue pushback. Well, that's it, we didn't get this menu, you know? It didn't pop up. So we're going to do nose to the right. Am I correct? And by 1 second now. So nose to the left. Okay. So nose left or right.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Started well.
Alright, so let's start engine number 2. I might have forgotten a couple of things here. Let me start the engine here for a sec. 29, look, yeah. Great. Yeah, what the hell, man? There we go. I can do that.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Copy that. So we have one engine. So let's go and get engine. And that is running up as well. We introduce the fuel. Let's go to the ARA. And the flap is going to 1. And RTO. Waiting confirmation. Yeah, you can just wait for a second, please. Guy looks a little bit like Robin Williams. Robin Williams was such a cool actor, man. But he also looks a little bit like Patrick Swayze. Also an actor. Yeah, so let's get back to the cockpit here and stop playing around. Okay, so we have 2 running engines, and let's turn on the engine main generators, and then we need to confirm that we have 2 running engines. Let's turn on the packs for a bit. Okay, so we go to the GSX menu again. But it is cool, right? I mean, if it works, you know, when it works, it's a bit buggy, but it does work. Confirm good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
So we need to verify the takeoff speeds again. 132, 134, and 138. And we have 138 here in the box as well. We have auto thrust arms, and we have a flight director on both sides. We have a altitude of flight level 190. And we have VNAV engaged and LNAV engaged.
Unlocking gear.
We said that guy outside is still working for us.
No thrusters connected. Bypass and remove. Left is clear. Right is clear.
That's quite interesting because straight ahead is not clear. We were driving right over that guy. But I believe we have to wait until we actually see him. And he's going to wave at us. Show him that he has this bypass pin. There you go. Yeah, very good, man. Right, so we should be good to go. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Copy that. Thank you, Anton van der Merwe. Traffic. And the runway turn-off lights and the taxi lights as well. Got our cruising altitude, we've got our landing altitude for this airport in case we need to turn around. Packs are on. Forgot the yaw damp. Very stupid. It's now on, so let's see if this affects anything here. Nope. So that's what the flight control message top left was about then, I guess. Shall we try it again? See if we can break it? Flight control, okay, so it's a yaw damper. Makes sense. Okay, so recall checked and there's nothing there either. So basically we park, we drive straight out and make a right and then get onto the runway and get out of here. So parking brake released. Maybe let's see if we can get a camera view of us taxiing. Something like that. There we go. And then maybe if we keep the camera here, we can watch our takeoff or something. But I might be working the controls. Let's just keep it minimized there for a bit. Look at this. Doesn't look good. We should have concentrated. Can we, okay, so the Airbus can do really sharp turns. What the Boeing 737-700 can do, it can drive over grass. As you can see, demonstrated right here, the aircraft no problem driving over grass. It will drive over grass with the front wheel, it will drive over grass with the main gear, it will just drive over grass. It has no problem with it whatsoever, it is perfectly capable of doing so. Anyone stating the opposite is obviously a blatant and very cheap liar, you know? Because this is precisely what the aircraft is supposed to be doing. Okay, so excuses out of the way, so here we are. We can up the speed now a little bit. Can we still see ourselves from our new camera angle there? A little bit. That's pretty cute. Goodbye. Goodbye. Let's try to stay on the yellow line then. Johannesburg, very cool city. It's really big. Let's have a final look at the local weather. 310 at 11 knots. We're still on the correct QNH. 019er. Alright, so let's strap in the cabin crew. I believe that's how we do it. I think that's actually calling the attendant. I think if you want to address them, you go PA. I select the cabin crew, prepare for takeoff. Something like that, I guess. Alright. So, landing lights on. I really like this Boeing 737-700. It is a very, very nice aircraft. And I would also love to have the eventually the 800 and the 600, especially the 600 because it's so small. I just like the little chubbiness of the 737s. It's just so cute. So I think we should be completely good to go. So I guess we can be tough guy and do a rolling takeoff. Let's line up here first. Okay, so set thrust for 50% or so. We'll have to stabilize. And takeoff thrust set.
Airspeed's alive. Knots.
V1.
Rotate.
Rotating.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. I'm trying to fly the flight director now. Totally forgot to do that until the very last moment I decided to do so. So it seems quite windy. So this transition altitude, we'll go to standard barometric pressure. And we're basically to follow this path for another 3.8 nautical miles. We can now retract flaps. So I'm going to let the autopilot take over now. Can lock the gear and turn off the auto brake. I can turn off the runway turn-off lights and the taxi lights as well. The cabin crew may be released. The passengers not yet. We'll just leave them seated for a little bit. 10,000 feet, so we can turn off the landing lights as well. Can we still see ourselves? That should be us. If we zoom in. No, sorry, Bob. Alright, we tried. I forgot to turn on the clock. Quickly going to do it now. So if we check our climb. And cruise 190 and top of descent is in 206 nautical miles, 953 Zulu. It's in about 33 minutes. 33 minutes. I think all looking steady so far. N1 LNAV VNAV speed. And we should have the entire route in. Let's go to the plan page now that we are flying. APMAT. And that's the turn to the runway. So I guess we can go one page back. And we manned these two together. Great. We're at cruising altitude now, 19,000 feet, flight level 190. You can go back to the map page there. We could maybe again, we could set a ring around the ILS, or we can select runway 24. Go to the fix page. Let's zoom in a little bit. You select runway 24. When you click it, it will copy the name there. You go to the fix page. You can put it in. And we want the reciprocal of 242, so 062. I hope I'm saying this correctly. 062 should be the radial. So we get the extended runway center line. And let's do a radius of not a radius, distance of 50 nautical miles. Let's see what that looks like. So we're coming in towards the south. We will take a right turn and it will basically be a straight in. So right before we take the turn, we should know that we're about 50 nautical miles. I believe the ILS starts at 8.6 or 8.9 nautical miles. Let's have another look. Approach charts. It crashes every now and then back to its desktop. This should be the approach chart. Durban, ILS Zulu, runway 24. That's it. Oh man. Stop doing that, please. Thank you. Who's a good EFB? Who's a good EFB? You are a good EFB. Alright, so 8.5, I think. Let's double check. Yeah, 8.5 is where the glide slope starts. So we could maybe, not sure if it takes decimals. Try again, 062. 8.5. Yeah, man. Pretty sweet. Yeah, so that's exactly where the ILS will start. So I kind of like that option or the function, however you want to see it. So let's go back to the map page. Yeah, so I think we're pretty much set for the approach and descent and everything. We can still go to the Itinerary page here and select which flap setting we prefer, and we're going for 40%. Gives us speed of 132 knots. At 5 knots wind correction is 137 knots for the approach speed, with flaps at 40%. Now that's full flaps. Okay. So we got the radio altitude of 100 feet for the decision altitude. So really all we're doing is waiting for the top of descent, I guess. We can also now dial in the target altitude. I forgot. So 3,000. The start of the ILS, 3,000 feet. Yeah. So that's the target altitude, but it will still follow the straights here. It will not go below 065 there. Transition altitude also 8,000. 5,500 is the transition altitude. It's an interesting one. Missed approach. Climb straight ahead, radio 236, Tango Golf Victor. It's the King Shaka VOR. DME Tango Golf Victor. 3.6 DGI or 3,000 feet, whichever is later. Then you turn left onto 61 for radio back to style approach. Okay, so what I want to remember is transition altitude 5,500. We have already entered the frequency for the ILS, which is 109.7. We can double check that. 109.7, and we have the final approach course of 242 degrees. And we have that dialed in, 242 degrees in the course box, and we have it on both pilots' sides. Yeah, man, so this must be like the most extensive approach and descent briefing I've ever done. You know, because we didn't have anything to do earlier. Turn off the APU because I was looking. Looked like the APU was on from this exhaust here. Yeah, and it's actually, I think it's still on. Yeah, it should stay in the off position, so it was actually on. It's pretty cool. So this should did turn off the APU bleed. Yeah. The landing elevation was 309, I believe, so that will be 300. Let's just double check that again. 301 is the runway. In any case, we can just dial in 300. Alright, 300. And sorry passengers, you may now go pee. live entertainment. What percent is 150 nautical miles. Let's check the weather in Durban again. One 8 knots. North 25 degrees. 1010. So we can pre-dial 1010 for now. I've heard that the Durban is very moist, very humid. 1010. We got that pre-dialed in. So 160, 8 knots is not super much. And then 160. crosswind a little bit like this. 180, 170, I don't know, something like, yeah, it's gonna be like a crosswind. And yeah, that's, we're at sea. Warning, toll gate lights, parallel to threshold of 24, approximately 1 nautical mile northeast of threshold 24, can be mistaken for runway lights during night operations or in IMC. Something like minimal conditions or something. So, okay, so apparently there's toll gate lights, there's a toll gate, and there's lights that might be mistaken. About 1 nautical mile northeast of threshold 24. So it would be nice if that's actually also on the chart here. No, there's nothing. No. So yeah, thank you for the heads up. FAOR and EME required. High ground west of airport, procedure only applicable via STAR or radar backwards in the event of radio failure. Complete the turn to ILS runway 24 and complete the approach to land runway 24. Special aircrew and aircraft certification required. So our arrival chart. We're not on it yet. But that makes sense. It's really nice to have the charts incorporated into the EFD. I'm very happy with it. Fuel 4.8. Yeah, so the runway length perhaps. Let's have a look at that. Does it not state the runway length up here? I know that you can find it on the airport chart, so you can look it up there. Keep doing that, man. And airport, I believe we only have the departing airport, so let's go for search and arrival and airport. There's not a lot to it, not a very big airport. Let's spin it as well. feet. Quite nice. Oh, I guess a auto brake of 1 should be okay for that runway and the weather conditions. Birds in the vicinity of the airport. Or maybe. Yeah, look at this. Pilots are to exercise extreme caution when approaching the runway 24. Toll gate lights parallel to threshold 24, approximately 1 nautical mile northeast. Threshold 24 can be mistaken, so that's the same message again as we saw earlier, obviously. And it's yeah, so you can actually see it on the chart. That's really nice. So yeah, I can understand it's quite close, you know, to the if you fly, you know, parallel, it's very easily mistaken. So I can understand. So we have birds. On my incursion hotspot caution. Oh, never know, HS. Hotspot. Okay, so that's interesting. We're here, taxiway Papa and Apron Echo, restricted to code B aircraft with max wingspan. No clue what wingspan we have, man. So yeah, this warning is quite interesting. And so you can actually see it here. So, but you know, we're doing a daylight landing, so there's no lights to confuse with any toll lights in the vicinity of the runway, but it's still interesting. That's 66 nautical miles until the top of descent. Let's do a weather update in Durban. 1010, 1608 knots, so we still have a crosswind from the left upon landing, but it's about 8 knots. We do have a variable wind from 130 and 190, which makes it more of a crosswind, and maybe not sure if it's also going to be tailwind a little bit. So there might be some gusting going on there, but yeah, you know, we're landing like right next to the sea. A bit too much, Arkady. Okay, so we're landing right next to the sea, so that makes sense. Right, so we are basically totally ready for everything. Just sitting here waiting for the top of descent, which is right there. We have selected the auto brake for 1, because it's a long runway, which should be fine. Go to the inner draft page, we selected flaps 40%, which gives us an approach speed of 132 knots, and we corrected with another 5 additional knots, which would make 137 knots for the final approach speed, with full flaps. Will be full flaps 40%. We already dialed in the descent altitude, 3,000 feet. That's the beginning of our glide slope. However, the aircraft will do a step descent, first to flight level 65, and so on, etc., and so on. But it will hold basically 3,000 feet, which should work out perfectly for our purpose today. We have a radial altitude, the decision height of 100 feet. Radio means it's actually measured above the ground. You can also choose, instead of radio, you can choose barrel, but it will be corresponding to the barometric altitude. But this is basically your radio altitude. It's the same altitude as you see here when you're on final approach. There's this little box here with yellow letters giving a slightly different altitude than you see here, because that is actually measured live straight down to the ground and then back up again. So that's a radar altitude, so that's or radio, they call it altitude. So yeah, so 100 feet. If we do not see the runway, we should perform the go around procedure, but we do not have to, because the weather conditions are perfectly fine here at Durban airport. It's only 19 degrees, I believe, and yeah, so basically, and what we also did, we created some visual markers there, the green dotted circles. They give out a dotted green line, which is the extended runway center line, which just is a nice visual aid for us while coming from this direction. and then making a turn to the right. And we placed 2 circles around the ILS, or the runway if you will. One at 50 nautical miles and one at 8.5 nautical miles. And 8.5 nautical miles is exactly the point where the glide slope should start. So before that point, we want to be fully ready, basically configured, and we have to press the approach button, otherwise we have to chase it down, which is a total nuisance. So this kind of ring really helps. You can do that in the fixed page. We look there. Basically, you put in the reciprocal of the runway. So the runway heading is 242. You can see right here. We put that in. The reciprocal 062, and then one distance of 50 nautical miles, one of 8.5 nautical miles. And this really helps out with the situational awareness, because a lot of things are happening when you're doing it without a co-pilot. And yeah, this really helps out. And I can imagine even if you're doing the real thing, it's probably gonna help. Anything that's gonna help out is gonna be good. I mean, what's ever wrong with the efficiency, Alright, so descent 25 nautical miles. It's in a couple of minutes now. And we're basically good to go. Every now and then we will have to check to see if there's a weather update at Durban Airport. We're just still looking at QNH of 1010. That's 25 degrees. Sorry, 25 degrees. QNH 1010, and wind hasn't changed as well. It's 160 at 8 knots. It should be fine. I'm not going to arm the speed brake here just yet. We might need some drag when we're descending. I don't know if I'm the only one, but when it says here drag required, is that only funny to me? I know. I mean, I know it's funny. It just sounds funny, Drag required. Well, pretty cool. I can do that. I can pull it out. Oh, maybe not literally. I'm not sure if that's what they mean by drag. No, just drag it off, man. Just drag it off. No, you got this. Yes, let's have a look outside for a little bit. Like when you're flying South Africa, for instance, when you're flying from Johannesburg to Cape Town, you will actually see the landscape change quite dramatically. It's really interesting to do. Now we can do that maybe on the channel as well. Or maybe we would fly, for instance, from Durban, where we're going to now, and then to Cape Town. You will see all of a sudden like the mountains pop up and everything, but you will also have like different vegetation style and colors as well. And you can see that from the simulator as well, which is actually pretty cool. So the top of the descent is within 90 nautical miles now. Lucky there. Getting really close. Basically, we do not have to do anything. We are requesting lateral navigation, vertical navigation, and it's following vertical navigation path and lateral navigation as well. But we're now interested in the VNAV path. But since we already set a different altitude lower than our cruising altitude, it will simply just go nose down and just follow all the waypoints here and according altitude constraints. Yeah, so all we need to do is keep an eye on the altitude so that we can turn on the landing lights. We should strap in the passengers at some point. And I might also do another long-haul flight to Johannesburg or maybe to Cape Town. Cape Town is a beautiful city actually. Johannesburg is also really cool. It's totally different. Like Cape Town is it's just like beautiful, It's like it looks like a fairy tale. Whereas Johannesburg is like it's like a big ass city with balls, you know. It's like the New York city of Africa, basically, you know. It's very interesting and it's huge. It is really huge. And if you don't have GPS there, you'll never arrive. Fortunately, we have a good GPS here as well. Let's have a look what's going on. Top of descent's getting really close. 601 nautical miles, you can hear the engines are responding already. Preparing for the nose down. With about 31 minutes on our way. Maybe a couple of minutes more. We forgot to turn it on upon takeoff. Okay, so let's get this sucker down. Let's look outside. Yeah, and mountain-wise, there's a lot of mountains in and around Cape Town, the whole Cape area. But there's hardly any mountains in Johannesburg. It's relatively flat, which is also quite interesting. Durban, I've never been there, but heard it's really very humid. It's like a city of sticky people, you know. Okay, so the aircraft is now descending. It was just a little bit high, but it's perfectly fine. And yeah, let's just strap in the passengers. And let's see, to addressing passengers, I think that is here on the radio panel, probably PA. And then select the mic. Good day, this is your captain speaking. We have requested you kindly return to your seats as we have started our descent to our destination. We should be arriving there about 20 minutes or so. And the local temperature is 25 degrees. It will be quite a good day. There's a couple of clouds, but nothing too serious. We hope you enjoyed your flight. And on behalf of the crew and South African Airlines, we thank you very much, and we hope to see you again soon. Well, I hope I did that correctly. I had no clue of when we were going to land. I could not see it that quickly. Okay, so anyways, we're a little bit high still, perfectly fine, following the descent path there. We have dialed in 109.7, which is the ILS frequency. And we're following 242 degrees on the approach course. We could start up the APU. In case in Durban they don't have any ground power units or anything. And yeah, that's it. We just leave it like that. We have set the landing altitude at 300 feet for the cabin pressure. That's also confirmed with the radio altitude. Basically, we're just good to go. There comes the first ring, and this is the extended runway center line that we put in on the fixed page. And we are there are 50 nautical miles range link. We have some sort of idea now what's up ahead, you know. So we're just going to focus now on the descent and some of the procedures, you know, like lights at 10,000 feet and look, drag required. Let's see, we're a little bit high. Let's just do it. That's why I like to wait until we're on final approach, or at least, you know, closer to arm the speed brake for touchdown. Still a little bit high actually. Still sort of around the same. Let's try one thing. It wasn't at full yet. But this is fine. I don't know why it's saying drag required. Let's quickly have a look at the legs page to see what the speeds are there. 186, 186. 137, which is our final approach speed with full flaps. So by the time we reach FF24, we should be fully configured basically. Let's go one page before that. Okay. Go back to the descent page, 24 feet high. It's okay if we reduce the speed, you know, or if we keep it a little bit more constant like this, that's fine. So maybe that's why it says drag required. I have a little look outside. There's indeed a little bit of clouds. We're passing 10,000 feet. So let's turn on the landing lights. I think I'm going to retract the spoilers there and see if she likes it. Our speed is fine, like this, 224, 225. There's indeed a couple of clouds there, so we might have to turn on the anti-ice for a little bit. Alright, so looks okay. I forgot what this means, but I believe it's not super important. I believe this is just like a sort of like an announcement. I don't believe it requires any action on our end. So the transition altitude, 5,500 feet. Should then go to the local barometric pressure. So let's do a quick weather update as well. Looks like still the same, 1608 knots, variable direction 130 and 190. UNH 1010, 25 degrees, so nothing changed there. Then we have the second range link. This is where the glide slope will start. So by the time we are here, we should be basically fully configured for landing, and at our lowest approach speed, which is 137 knots with full flaps and the gear down. So on our way to LE2 and 2, or what is it, LE? Yeah, 2 and 2. 6,100 or above. Or definitely above. And then 6.3 nautical miles, 4,000 feet or above. I'm hoping for 4,000 feet. So let's zoom in a little bit now on the navigational display. We got the turn to the right coming up. For now I'm going to arm the speed brake. not have flaps out yet. Descent pressurization, landing altitude. We have that. We have 300 and we have 1010 pre-dialed. Recall checked. Recall checked. Auto brake is set to 1. Landing data VRF and minimums. We have that all set. Here are the minimums. Approach briefing completed. Approach altimeters. Okay. Let's get the yoke a little bit out of the way here. So here comes our right turn. So let's turn on the localizer now. And we are intercepted. And we are almost 5,500. So we can switch now to local barometric pressure. Should be 1010. And we could do one final check real quick. Still no change. We're going to proceed like this. The aircraft should definitely be decelerating. We are now 16.4 nautical miles out. Does not look like it's decelerating very much. FMC speed comes alive here. So we're going to help it out a little bit. Go speed into that. And we can go, see, we should already go totally down here. So let's do that and watch our flaps. Flap 1. Feet. At the time we are at 2,500, you will see the radio altimeter here as well, which is the same as I said earlier. It's looking straight down, which gives you an indication of how above the ground you are. But so we have a little bit poor visibility here. Turn on the alarm return off lights and the taxi lights. Cabin crew, take your seats for landing. And again, I hope I did that correctly. So this is where the glide slope starts. So let's press the approach button. And we are on the glide slope, single channel. Let's see if we can make dual channel, not sure. We're on the glide slope, so that's good stuff. There's the sea, Durban. Let's see how many flaps we can get out of this. Oh, it doesn't like it. Okay, no worries. I'm stopping. How do we stop the klaxon, man? Okay, so let's drop the gear then. It's okay, but it's 5.4 nautical miles, so that's perfectly fine. We have the runway side, I think. Man, that looks bad. Okay, so we are still quite fast. So just bringing out all the flaps we have now. I'm going to change auto brake 2. So we might be coming in a little bit fast, I'm not sure. But definitely speed is definitely getting down. Let's just bring it back to 1. Okay, so we have full flaps. We are on the glide slope. We're nearing our VRF speed. The speed brake is armed. And I guess we're good to go. We're at 1100 feet right now. Radio altitude. Oh, it's not yellow letters, it's white. Okay. Alright, so let's turn off the autopilot.
1,000.
Oh wow, check the wind, man. Immediately going nose up. There's definitely some wind going on here. Guess you just go down, baby.
Approaching
Sink rate.
minimums.
Sync rate.
I know you don't like this.
Minimums. 50. 30. 20. 10.
And we're down. Welcome to Durban, everybody. First is out. Alright, flaps up. And speed brake up as well. Auto brake can be turned off. Light directors can be turned off. So here we are, Durban Air. It's on a cute little chubby 737-700 by PMDG. So we haven't used any toe brakes yet, so no, the less the better. And we will need to a little bit, because we are a little bit too fast. So taking a return there, 30 knots. Let's go to around 15. And you can see that right here in the top left corner of your primary flight display. GS, ground speed. Turn off the landing lights. So I guess we just go straight and then to the right. So flight time of about 50 minutes. Oh, there's a whole lot of British Airways here. Looks like. try something. We're using, let's stop right here for a second, since we're using GSX. I believe they have a follow me car. Select parking. Gate has 14 suitable parkings. Gate 1-2. Request follow me car. Now let's just show me this. Oh, really? Between those aircraft? Okay. Okay, you don't have to keep it there. No follow me. Okay. That's going to fit. I'm not gonna do that, man. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Unfortunately, there is no parking place in Durban. So, looks like we're going to have to take off again and fly back. And we can fly again later. If there's any parking space left. Let's take a right turn here. Yeah, we set it down right here. Nice heavy jet blast here on the apron. Yeah, that's not too pretty. Okay, here we are. Parking brake set. And now what can we do with GSX?
You are currently parked at the wrong parking position.
Oh, I know. Change facility. Reposition here, current gate. Okay. That wasn't very good parking. Oh, really? Thank you, GSX.
You need to stop the engines to request ground services.
Okay, so we have to stop the engines first. So let's do that. Engine number 2, engine number 1. And then let's turn on the APU bleed and the APU generators. Now we are running on the APU. Turn off the runway turn-off lights and the taxi lights. And everybody is free to go. So now let's see if we can unload the aircraft.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Yeah, that's okay. So request deboarding.
The boarding requested.
Your dampers already off. Okay. So that's the deboarding, and I believe you can actually, you will see the passengers get up from their seats.
Passengers bus is coming.
And there you go, getting into the passenger bus. So let's have a look here. Hey, good day, Durban. So what's the deal with politics? I heard they're like the entertainment branch of the industry. is opening.
Passengers, the boarding starting.
There you go, there's the passenger bus. It's pretty cool. And you know, you can see, since we're using the Aerosoft Seapool traffic, you can see actually like there's a couple of South African Airlines here, a couple of British Airways, which is typical for this kind of airport. So it's kind of cool. So are they going to do anything? First we need the flight attendant, I'm sorry. You should probably be able to see them get above their seats, but let's also have a look outside here. Whoops. Flight Sim doesn't really like that very much. Alright, thank you very much for checking, everybody. Stay funky and keep your loved ones close. And see you next time. Bye bye.